Is it giving podcast? It better be. It better be giving podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If not, welcome back to Anita to Inspire. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, we're in a new aesthetic. We're in a new vibe. We've come back bigger and better and bolder. We're just taking it up a notch because been very deliberate about this season, but also very in the covers because there's a lot of internal work that has been happening in terms of how I wanted to take forward this channel. I want to be constantly growing, and I never wanted to stay stagnant. I never wanted to stay in the same pace, in the same quality of content, in the same spirit of moving in stagnation. I make a series and it lasts for 2 days. I make a challenge and it lasts for a day. That's not the life that I wanted to give, and mostly because I'll get into that. I don't know why I'm getting ahead of myself. This video is about September and my raw reflection on how the month has been. It's actually 4th of October. Happens to be my mom's birthday. By the time you see this, it probably would have passed. But happy birthday, Mama. And I love her so much. But also, I love the fact that this is a month where I feel very, 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 very convicted or very ready to kind of set forward. I know it's the end of the year, it's the last quarter of the year, but it feels such a fresh page for me, not only in academics or in my personal life, but also on this side of life. I've always been feeling a certain void since 2025 started. Like, I've been feeling like the way I've been producing or coming up on here has not been feeling and it's not only because the quality is not that best. No, that wasn't my case. I've never lived on the scales of comparing myself to anyone, really. I just produce as my heart is led. But even when it came to my heart being led to produce here, I've been feeling so out of it. Like, I've been feeling like I'm not drawing from the place I used to, or I'm not drawing from the place of being led by the Spirit of God, and that is very important to me and very valuable for how I produce content on here. So I've been waiting on that a lot. I've been waiting. I've not even been feeling inspired or motivated to come on here and post and make and edit, simply because I felt like I would put it up there and not feel like it was led by the Spirit of God. So I am very excited that some way, somehow, I feel like what I've been missing or what I've been looking for is starting to come to light, and it took a little bit of consecration, and I'll share a little bit more about that because I realized when I come on my pages, I'm not really that much of a personal life person. And that is a shocker to everyone because everyone thinks, by the time I get to post on here, I'm posting everything about me. I am so much more than what I put up here. And I guess that kind of helps because I'm never always on a platform like an open book, which is funny and ironic because it seems to be so. It seems to be that I am. And I guess it's wisdom. You never produce just because you said you're going to be out there, that you're going to post everything about your life. That is not wisdom. Wisdom is to discern why you are posting in the first place and whether that aspect of your life is beneficial to the altar, is beneficial to the platform that you are growing. And so I've been very, very cognizant of that. But also, I went through a period of consecration the past couple of days, end of September into new month, October. And throughout that time, a lot of difficult things have been happening, more so internally than physically. Physically, it's been such a neutral time, but a lot of internal work has been happening. There's a lot of shifts that have been happening in the spirit, even in the world as we see today. There's a lot that has been happening. And you can tell there was either a shift or a way things are moving that is just hidden, and I was so frustrated. I cried. I don't know, the number of times I've cried this past 2 weeks is insurmountable, and not because of anything. Like, it's not terrible, like I've not lost anything, but I think a certain part of me was being crushed, and I'm glad that happened because you know why? I have been able to rise into that spot, that sweet spot that I know that's a very difficult topic to have, like, you don't feel the thing that you're supposed to feel. It's not about a feeling, it's about a positioning that I felt like I've been missing, and the conviction has been hard on me because I've always felt out of place. Like, I've always felt like, there's a season that we're in and there's a way you're supposed to be moving, but you're not moving that way, and you feel frustrated. like your potential is frustrated. Anyway, the point is looking back at September and how I took it slow the first couple weeks because school had started. My priorities were so unpriority. Simply said, my priorities were not really scaled down. It is only this time that I've said, the consecration time, that I sat down with myself and said, what comes first in my life? And I know I do that every year. But I'm telling you, I had gone on such a downhill that I was overbooking myself. I was not courageous. I was negative speaking over myself. I was feeling like a disappointment to myself over the slightest things. And this was not a natural thing for me, though it had started to creep up on me like this past year. And I did not like it. And I wasn't doing anything about it. So I'm grateful that this season has allowed me to shake things off and break out of that cycle and kind of recover, and at the same time be re-energized or re-enlightened towards my space and my goals and the dreams and the heart of God concerning my life. And so I hope that this space comes afresh, this space comes anew, because honestly my space is entirely driven by who I am and my current situation. Like, I cannot come here and smile at you if I'm not feeling like smiling at you, right? So that's why when I say it's a new shift, it doesn't mean it has to be a new shift for you personally. It's just for this altar, this is what has been happening and this is how I'm coming out of it. If you're new here, this is just a little community of me walking life with each and every one of you. I'm a student of life. I'm a lover of God and his people. I am currently in university and also juggling so many things, dreams, so many visions, so many beautiful things that the Lord has placed on my heart, but also walking this journey of faith and learning how to grow outside of the confines of physical growth. And I also love poetry and very many other things. I'm a bit of a multitasker because I do have the ability to do so many things by the grace of God. And two things. I had a vision and a dream of building a youth empowerment platform, and I'm scraping off the dust on the books of that and rebuilding that from wherever it was. So that is one thing that you're gonna see me speak about more, because I'm trying to be more intentional about it. Not trying, but I'm going to be more intentional about it. And then another thing is my space in school. So yeah, I don't perform poorly, honestly, but also I'm trying to prioritize that more, because extracurriculars has started to swamp over the actual responsibilities that I'm supposed to be having, which is, getting the degree. So I'm trying so hard to make sure that it is very public that I am a student, so that I do not put pressure on myself to show up for certain things before I show up for myself where I'm supposed to show up, which is in school. If you see me reflecting, you're going to hear mostly about those things. The space, Wave, which is the platform I'm talking about, and then also my academics and how to juggle all of that with everything that comes around with it, like social life and friends and beautiful things like that. So this is just me saying we're back. We never left, but we are back. And hopefully we're gonna grow into a larger community, ready to, take on the world as it comes, because we have the grace to do that. Honestly, I just wanted to show up here and make sure that this week doesn't end without you seeing my face, because you're gonna see me more often, okay? So see you and stay inspired. Goodbye.